Hello everybody, in this video I want to show you kind of a casual regular build that I use from time to time to do Apocalypse plus 25 levels, daily trials and other stuff. It's a very safe build, which means that unlike the other one that I'm doing, which really takes me time to optimize them and find the right items to actually make it work well in highest difficulties, this is kind of a easy one. And even you can do something quite similar. So basically I'm using Hero's Armor here with protection, shielding, and poison barrier. I also have, by the way, mobs target you more. This is great for me because this build is around sucking enemies in and just wiping them. It doesn't matter what's happening, how many there are, we just jump in with the Swirling and wipe them out. The bow, this bow is my favorite bow because it's synergized well with the melee. What happens there is with the burst string and charge arrows pull enemy in and charge arrows after all, which means that when I jump towards enemy actually in a relatively big radius around the character, it actually pulls enemies in towards me, and then I can start dealing damage with the Swirling, and also fighters biting with the gravity will pull them in, and because this put the enemies to the impact point of the weapon. However, unlike some other builds, the bow actually make it very exciting, and the gravity pulse on the weapon make it kind of a very snappy on going into groups, shwip, and snapping into them. Kind of a snap like in Photoshop, if you know what I mean. Let's take a look. So if you follow my channel, you know that I created some builds that I built around this bow. The superhero that I'm working right now, EF5 Tornado. So you're gonna see how it actually plays. I just jump into enemies, I initiate the attack myself to group them because I want to group enemies together and just wipe them out. That's the idea. Not one, this one and the other one, just group them up and use gravity. And by the way, in my tornado build I also have gravity on my armor. It's all about the gravity, just pulling everything in. If they are a bit away from me and I'm dealing damage, it will pull those in the outer radius. But this is not the one, but still very powerful. And this is more accessible to those who want a good build. Right? You don't have to have exactly the same thing, but again, it will do the job. To mushroom, fighters binding, swirling. You see here? I'm just jumping in. I don't care what is happening there. How many enemies. If there's AoE on the ground, I just jump in. To eliminate everything. Now if I die, it's only because I made really a silly mistake. And actually I died only at the boss because I was just... I'm going to show it to you. Of course I'm going to show the fields as well. Instead of just using the gun on the boss, I used it on his minions, and they just... you gotta see it. It actually was funny. Anyway, as you can see here, this build was built for speed, initiation, and quick elimination of many enemies. Now the thing is that I enjoy moving fast, and although I don't have the boots, I have a tempo theft on my bow. So basically when I roll, I'm shooting arrows, which actually makes me move fast. So I have quite a lot of benefits for my bow, by the way, which includes raging enemies, by the way, and this is something that I'm going to use on the C4 hero. You're going to see it in later videos. And again, getting dealing damage and also getting speed to move faster. And the fun thing about this build is it's very snappy. I just like, whoop, you can see I'm just jumping onto enemies and pulling them in. It's even better, by the way, with my tornado build. See? Even this one, I'm just jumping, it's trying to push me. But because I'm jumping always onto him, he can't go away. Because he just continue pulling them in. And also, the gravity on the weapon also pulls them in when I'm close to him. So he can't get away. You know, without this, he's just probably going to push me, you know. But with this one, this build, they can't get away. I don't love them. If they're in my radius, they're gone. It's over. So as you can see, again, initiation. Here I'm using the potion barrier. By using my healing potion, using it. You see this in rage, getting red. In one of my more kind of interesting builds, I'm actually using it instead of using Gone. I'm just using enrage and kind of letting them fight each other while dealing damage to them and not paying attention to me. Kind of funny. But again, this is for a later video. So yeah, with this build I feel very, very safe. And the idea is to continue dealing damage to enemies. To get Radiance up most of the time where I'm actually engaging enemies. This is not a build like to kind of move around, hit enemy, getting damage. You need to... yeah, I tried to push him actually to the hole. It didn't work. Sometimes it works, by the way. Always deal damage to Radiant. So when they are in, I don't care about anything. Yeah, we're on the ground. There's no chest for them. Just works beautifully, as you can see. Now it wouldn't work if it wasn't for the fighter's binding. As you can see here, group of enemies, always group of enemies. This allows me to have very fast clearance of the level. Again, lots of multi-target DPS here. As many enemies as possible I want to get into near me, so I can deal lots of damage to them and wipe them out fast. So again, the Gong of Weakening is good. It reduces the damage you are taking from enemies, and also it amplifies the damage you deal to them. So again, in many situations it's great, especially when there are many enchanted enemies. If I like a large group, and maybe your Radiance can keep up with the incoming damage, this is a lifesaver for you. So you can use it. Again, don't use it just for small enemies. Use it when you encounter kind of a large group of enemies, and you see that, or maybe one big enemy that something that deals lots of damage to you. So you need to quickly take him out. This is one way to do this. So again, this is the type of build. You see what I'm seeing? Lots of enemies and just like, oh my, let's go. Just jumping in. I don't care with this build. I have other builds that I have even more confidence, by the way, and I can even clear them even faster. But again, these are more kind of you need luck to get all the items. But this one is just kind of a funny one. And it's great having a build where you feel confident just jumping into enemies, right? Go to the face. And this is the type of builds that I actually enjoy, and it works amazingly well with the fighter's binding. You see, jumping, always closing distance, no letting him push me. That's why the bow is so amazing for a melee build. A bow amazing for a melee build. Imagine this. But this is the cool thing about synergies. You can create some really cool things with this that works really well with different type of builds that are not intended for, doesn't seem to be intended for melee. But again, nice synergies. Anyway, I also enjoy laughing about my mistakes. It's not only about success. So look what I'm doing here. I'm using the gong on them. I couldn't be sillier than this. This is just crazy. What am I doing? This was silly. I should have used him and eliminated him very easy with a gong. But now I'm like, woo! And look at this. Look how they actually eliminated me. This is execution. Multi-execution live. Look. Boom! Rip! Oh, I laughed so hard when actually this happened. It was so funny. And you can see how fast it is when you use the gong. Yeah, That's why, this is a mistake. See? Easy. Very easy. Yeah, so this is the build. Very easy to do Apocalypse 25. With my other builds I'm going to share with you. You can also check them on the channel. Always working on improving them, but some of them already performing very well on Apocalypse plus 25. And of course, I'm going to share if I have new findings and improving things. I'm going to share with you new videos, upcoming videos, so you can see it. As you can see here, this is just a fun build to run, and just secret to enemies is just wiping them in groups. So I hope you enjoyed this one. More videos are coming, so make sure you subscribe and give this one a little like, or not. And I see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace. Bye bye.